someone is missing on you. I was doing another reading and they were like, excuse me, is it my turn yet? I was like, honestly, no. So now it's your turn. They want to talk to you bad. They want to talk to you really, really bad. And they're honestly a little nervous. They're like thinking more about whether it's what you want than if it's what they want. And I think that's a big shift in this dynamic, especially for you, but also especially for them, because you may have even walked away because you were like, this isn't what I want. And then now that you shift the dynamic into what do I want out of this partner, out of myself, out of my dynamics, out of my partnerships, and that is exactly 101 what got this person's energetic attention, because when you stop thinking about them, which was pretty magical, like I feel like it happened like almost immediately. It happened before the relationship ended. You finally started thinking about yourself and you're like, wait, this isn't what I want. And then you kick them out, 1-2-1. And then maybe you were living together, kick them out. And then they are like, oh, okay, so, I've been thinking about what I want. Really, they've been thinking about what you want. And they're like, yeah, I gotta do that if I'm gonna get them back. And see, the funny part is that I feel like you've already made your mind up about this, and you have gotten into the point where maybe you gave this person a lot of chances, or it's just going on for a little bit longer than it should have. So by the time that you finally officially ended it, you were just like, ugh, I am already over this because you took me for granted. So I'm not gonna stay with somebody that's making me guess whether they like me or not. And once you did that, you started to unlock the people 222 that would never make you guess. And that literally make it so obnoxiously, abundantly clear. They want you. They want you. They want you. They want you. And you're like, ugh, okay, whatever, I guess. I do kind of want that. And you're right. You do want that. You do want that. I'm getting Leo Venus, maybe some Leo placements. But sweetness. When you realize that what made that relationship so very motherfucking special was you and not them, 303. They start to realize that, and it's like a typhoon of regret with this person right now. I'm literally feeling like somebody that feels like, and I'm trying to keep these messages like simultaneous, where it's like I'm getting your energy and theirs, where it's like this person feels like, one, you checked out before you checked out, and that's why they're like, oh fuck, like I really did have somebody good, and I fucked it up. I thought that was like all about me and that I was the greatest, and then actually it turns out 353. You took the special with you. And I don't really feel like this person was like fucking around, but I do feel like they were maybe like wandering eye kind of bullshit. And they were the type of person to go out with their single friends, or go out in a group, like kind of on the prowl. So it wasn't necessarily that they were like acting single, but they were looking single. And when they started doing that, they thought that they had way more options. They thought 434. They thought they had way more options. I'm literally feeling like I'm getting this image of somebody that's like in the club with their group, with their boys, and like just thinking And this has really caused an ego death in this person. I feel like you need to know that initially, because even bringing up some of the old bullshit, you're like, I'm done. But what you need to see is that there was a vision that you had of what this person was doing when they weren't around you. And it is so mismatched to what actually happened. Like, it's like you thought that they were in the club buying bottles, you know, hanging out with girlies, like spending money, getting people to like dance on them, and meanwhile they're literally like in a like corner with their like one thing just being like, yeah, like they all want me. I'm sorry. That was like the first image I got. It's embarrassing. 555. That is fucking embarrassing. And that is exactly how this person is feeling. Like, ooh. Okay, I see marriage in the future on the bottom of the deck, 606. But I don't think it's this person. I do not believe it is this person. I think that they're going to come back looking and feeling so desperate, and now you're 616. You're literally not the same version that was pining after this person. You're just literally like, wow, I'm so glad that phase is over. Like, that was a phase. And you're right, boo. But that's also a lesson that you learn, right? Once you start to learn the lesson that I bring the joy, I bring the positivity, I bring the fun and the good times. And yes, it's much easier for all the people around me, and especially my partner, to just be like, yeah. When you're reflecting that energy by yourself, when you're already giving off that energy, I feel like I'm going to get the sun card. When you're already giving off that much of a shine, 707, it's really easy for people to shine right next to you. Like, I'm sorry, no offense to the moon, love the moon, but you know the moon only gets its light from the sun, right? Moon has all kinds of influence. 727. Moon has all kinds of power. Not underestimating that or anything for a second. And maybe that's really what you were a little confused by. Possibly even just like, I don't know, like deluded. Eluded too. It was an illusion. It was, and it wasn't. Like, I feel like this could even, maybe you got like a real spiritual person that was like, oh, I'm just following my bliss, you know, and what was happening was they were like, kind of just getting a little bit of hits off of the love that you were giving them, and then they would like fuck off and do some dumb shit with all that energy, and you're like, okay, well, that's cool, I guess. And now it's fine, they can do whatever they want, and you wouldn't give a fuck. And now they really care. I feel like something just hit my window. Did you hear that? That sounded like a bird. And a bird flew the fuck into my window. Any more messages for this collective out of this deck, Spirit? Ooh, I got one more. It was turned over already. I forgot to pull it. Okay. 919. And the message is concluded. It is time to move on. It is time to move on. And I think you already noted that. 929. You already knew that. You were already closing this chapter, but the fact that this person shows back up again sometimes ruffles your feathers, or it has in the past, but now you're like, oh no, I am literally trying to get rid of you like you're mold. That's fucking embarrassing. Sorry. Yeah. 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 It's cool though. You're doing a great job. Bitch, you did a good job. 10/10. You did a good job. Good job, good job, good job. I'm proud of you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you knew that thing wasn't really, really, really gonna last. But I heard that you're gonna get married in the future, so I'm gonna see what's up with that. Oh. What is this? Sorry, I can't see it. The Chariot. I feel like this is literally going to be the kind of person that's like strong enough to carry you. And I don't necessarily mean that in the physical sense, but there is that aspect of it. Like, you will not have to be strong in this person's presence. I think maybe this previous connection, you were like 1101, you're like, I have to make all the decisions, I have to be like the adult, and you're just like, this is weird, like this isn't working. and you're right. I feel like you finally started to validate the way that you think and feel and move, and it is attracting this person. I feel like gold is going to be significant. Maybe this person wears gold jewelry, or you do. Blue, like a midnight blue, like a cobalt blue. Eyes. I feel like somebody has some tattoos, like a eye tattoo, or something that has an eye in it, like physical looking eye. They love to travel. This is somebody that will take you around the world. I think they like rock climbing. And they have they have this thing with blue, but it's the sky, it's the ocean, it's, I think, maybe like a landscape photographer, or I got stuck in my hand. It's so dark I can't really see them, so I have to move it. The Hanged Man. Ooh. Bungee jumping? I feel like it's the kind of person that would straight up take you on so many adventures. Like, maybe your ex was just straight up so boring. Oh, Justice. Yeah, it's gonna be Justice because your ex was boring. 1333. I feel like this person's so creative. They're literally like always thinking of new places that they want to go to. So the fact that they would come up with cool dates and like fun road trips and, you know, vacations and shit is not surprising at all. They're seriously gonna heal your heart. I think at this point you already know, like, yeah, this person's had their heart broken, like everybody's had their fucking heart broken. It's literally like a normal thing that you're supposed to move on from. Obviously, some circumstances around that are going to be different. But they're going to show you. You have a choice to make. You can obviously choose to do whatever you want. Wow. You can obviously choose to do whatever you want. But I think you're seeing more so. Wow. That's so funny. I love that. I love when you get two cards that don't say the same thing, but they have like similar messages. I think you're realizing more and more now that, one, being aligned in the way that you think is a really big deal when it comes to your partner. So having the choice to understand that this next person is going to be a reflection of you in some way, right? So picking a project, picking somebody that you have to fix is no longer the option. And 808, this is literally like not occurring to you anymore, but the fact that you're finally going to have a partner come in that 1515 like straight up works on themselves, does the things that they want to do that are going to get them the kind of life that they want. And that includes pursuing you. That includes making you feel like, you know, for a dumbass fact that they want you. That's fucking silly. And you know that the way that they show you is something that you like. Like, this is going to be such a simple decision for both of you in the sense that maybe you work in a similar field, like you would already just naturally have lives that go together pretty seamlessly. But I'm feeling like this is the kind of person that knows their worth too. This is not someone that's just going to worship you because they are insecure and they feel like whatever. Like, no, this is somebody that's actually handling their own shit. And so many, oh my god, when so many flip over, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna take it. But yeah, I feel like there may be some more parts to this, as there typically is. And maybe I'll just do a nice big old long reading for you. As the energy continues to clarify itself. I feel like you're not really ready for this second person, so that's why it's hiding it. And that's okay, because the thing is that you don't have to rush into this, especially if you're like very freshly getting out of something. But the shitty part is that you were ready for something when this first fucker came around. Like, I'm really just getting this like sense of frustration, kind of just being like, look, like, I'm busy now, like, I wasted the last couple months, the last couple years on this other person, and now I'm supposed to just reset and, you know, rearrange for this other, and you know that that's not how you want to do dynamics anymore. You know that things are going to have to accommodate you in some sense. And that's truly going to be a differentiating factor of whether you're going to actually participate in it or not. And maybe you only go on a couple of dates, right? Maybe you only start like really slow. And even though this person knows they like you, maybe you already know this person, or you're going to come into contact with them very soon. But I feel like this is the kind of person that if you told them that you were just straight up busy, 1808, and they know that they want you, they'll literally just wait. And it's not that they're waiting around. There's a really big difference. 1818. I think you're starting to realize that when this person has a lot going for them, and then they also choose to be with you, they're still progressing in their life. They're still choosing other new exciting adventures for themselves. And that's the kind of person that you want to be around. So it draws you in. I feel like you may be skeptical at first, but it's the kind of person that's like just patient. They're just fucking patient. And it's not because they're trying to prove patience. They're just like, oh, okay, no big deal. And that's new for you. I think there's an aspect of you that was like craving this urgency of intimacy where you're just like, show me you want me immediately. And then you kind of got stuck with these like hot and cold, like fast off the track, going nowhere kind of dynamics that started that way, right? 1919. And now that you're sure of yourself, you're attracting somebody else who is sure of you too. Yeah, this has really changed your thought process. I think that this last dynamic shook something up for you in a way that intellectually has you visualizing a future whether or not you meet somebody. And that's what's got you actually finding the direction that you want to go in and who would align with that direction, as opposed to trying to find somebody and then trying to find a path that you can both walk together. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you, most importantly. And you're amazing. Claim this energy. Make sure that you are subscribed to me. Check out my exclusive memberships. This is content that is only available to my YouTube members and nowhere else. All of my meditations, my favorite manifestations, all of my rituals, and every affirmation track you could possibly want. Check it out. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.